Hey, Prime members, you can listen to Crime and Sports early and ad-free on Amazon Music. Download the app today.
Rakuten is the smartest way to save money when you shop because you earn cash back at over 3,500 stores. Fashion, beauty, electronics, home essentials, travel, dining, concert tickets, and more. Your favorite stores like Lowe's, Levi's, and Nike pay Rakuten to send them shoppers. And Rakuten then passes on a part of that payment to its members as cash back. You're already shopping at your favorite stores. Why not save while you're doing it? It's a no-brainer. Membership is free and easy to sign up. Get the Rakuten app now and join the 17 million members who are already saving. Cashback rates change daily. See Rakuten.com for details. That's Rakuten. Your cashback really adds up.
Your weekly dose of romance and drama has arrived. Season 29 of The Bachelor is here, and Grant Ellis, certified hottie and former day trader, is trading his day job on Wall Street for a second chance at everlasting love. New episodes drop every Monday at 8/7 Central, bringing you fresh twists in Grant's journey to find his soulmate. This self-proclaimed mama's boy is all grown up and ready to invest his heart. Will his playful charm win over the house full of hopefuls, or will the competition prove too intense? From heartfelt moments to adrenaline-pumping dates, each week brings new surprises in the mansion. Will Grant find his perfect match or end up with a broken heart? Tune in every Monday at 8/7 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu for new episodes of The Bachelor.
Everybody, and welcome back to Crime and Sports.
Yay!
Oh, yay indeed, Jimmy. Yay indeed. My name is James Pietragallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Jimmie Whisman.
Thank you, folks, so much for joining us today on another insanely wild edition of Crime and Sports. We have this guy is a wow, is he a mess in a party. Great. For such a young guy. He's coming strong. Yeah, he's hoping to get a second episode, I believe, later on. I think I think a lot of these athletes now, that's what they do. They sit out and they're like, you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to make a lot of money. I'd like to win maybe a championship, and I'd like to get 2 episodes of Crime and Sports. That's like 2. Yeah. One's not enough. I want to join the elite.
Sports sequel.
I want to join the elite of Lenny Dykstra and people like that who've gotten 2. We'll talk about all that, though. Head over to shutupandgivememurder.com. Check out, first of all the merch we have there for you.
Sure.
Second of all, get your tickets for Small Town Murder live shows. Holy shit, we can't wait. We're so excited. Austin, Texas, you're up next here. Yeah. And then also, there is still time to buy the virtual live show that we did for Halloween.
Wild.
Our costumes are insane, and that story was wild. It was a hilarious episode. Definitely check it out there. That's shutupandgivememurder.com. You have till 2 weeks after October 30th. So whatever the hell that is, do the math. I don't know. Check all that. I think it's the 13th or something. Yeah. Check all that out. Get on in there. Also, patreon.com/crimeinsports, like the name of the show. That is where you get all your bonus materials. Sure. And there's so much there. Anybody, $5 a month or above, a cup of coffee, really.
Right.
Instead, you can have hundreds of back episodes.
Unbelievable.
Things you've never heard before, and new ones every other week. One Crime and Sports, one Small Town Murder. You get it all. This week, we're going to talk about, for Crime and Sports, I can't wait. I love the old-timey shit. We're going to talk about pedestrianism.
Whatever it is.
Which was the most popular sport in the world in the 1800s. Yeah. Bigger than soccer, bigger than baseball. It's crazy stuff. We'll talk all about it. Old-timey guys and big mustaches. It's wild. Can't wait. And then for Small Town Murder, we are going to talk about this documentary called The Devil on Trial. That's part of it. We're going to talk about it's about the first people to try to use demonic possession as a murder defense. Which let's find out if that worked. But on top of that, we'll talk about other exorcism things and find out, what the hell these people are doing. So that's patreon.com/crimeinsports. And you get a shout out at the end of the show.
You sure do.
Because goddamn it, we want to appreciate you. So
I adore you. Yeah.
That said, I think it's time. Let's get right into this.
Let's do it.
Our asshole of the week. And this is, we play idiot or asshole. This is asshole all the way.
Sure.
Number 1, this is Ruben Afonso Borges Semedo. Ruben. That's the first.
Where's he from?
Semedo's the last name. Semedo. and he is Portuguese, actually.
Oh.
A Portuguese soccer player, as we'll talk about here. He is born April 4th, ready for this, 1994.
Sweet Jesus.
Yeah, he's already coming hard to the hole on a crime and sports episode here.
He's still a children.
Still a child here. He's 30 now, but still, he's for this show, he's a child. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a baby.
We do people who've been dead for 100 years on this show, so it's 120 in some cases. Christ, Bergen.
We generally let him live a lifetime of fuckery. 30 years old, for heaven's sake.
Usually takes a lifetime of fuckery to build up the resume to warrant a crime and sports episode. This guy, though, by 30, he's on the list
Ruben,
of the
what have you done?
Biggest dipshits under 30. 30 under 30. He is the guy. He's on here. Front and fucking center.
Ruben, I'm kind of impressed.
It's what he does is he's a dickhead. Amadora, Portugal is where he's from, and he's 6'2". He's kind of a big, tall guy. He's a center back. He's a soccer player. That's the position he plays. Center back. Played for a whole bunch of teams we'll talk about that don't matter and we won't know shit about, but we'll talk about it here. Now, his mother's name is Adelaida.
Yeah.
And I don't know what his father's name is. We couldn't find that. But he's born in Amadora, which is in the, I guess, near the metropolitan area of Lisbon, which is, I think, the capital of Portugal. Yeah. He had a hard time, apparently. He grew up in Casal de Mira. It was a bad neighborhood. So we're getting Bruno Fernandes de Souza vibes here.
Sure, yeah.
He's from the favela, everybody. Yeah. What was his line? I'm from the favela something. I can't remember what the fuck it was.
I don't know. It was
so fun. That's
involved in the favela. I can't get enough of it.
That's an episode we need to redo, is Bruno.
Oh, yeah.
Because we did that in our 5th episode. I had no idea what the fuck I was doing research-wise yet or anything like that. So we need to do that again because that was
too early.
Absolutely fucking bonkers episode here. So this, though, he is growing up in this shit neighborhood, apparently. You know, not doing great, obviously. His parents are immigrants from Cape Verde, not Camp Verde in Arizona, Cape Verde. Yeah. His father was jailed when he was 5 years old, Semedo.
Oh.
So that's a problem. He didn't see him again for a long time, till he was like late in his teens. His dad's just in prison and gone. So that's always tough. You know what I mean? Obviously.
Not easy, that's for sure.
It's one thing if your dad's just not around, but if you know your dad and he's in prison, that's worse. So there's also like a bit of shame to that also of like, well, where's your parents? Well, my mom's right over here. My dad is in It's better to say, I don't know my dad. That's easier to say. I realize way less.
I bet he said that a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. My dad, he ran off when I was a kid.
Yo no say.
Yeah. So, well, he might have been saying it in Portuguese, actually. We don't know.
Oh, is that a different language?
A much different language than Spanish. Absolutely. Yeah, Portuguese.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's way different.
Yeah, that's tough.
It's different. Yeah, it's a totally different deal. So his mother would have to leave work at 4 a.m. to go to work, which meant that Ruben and his sister were basically left on their own because she worked multiple jobs and didn't come home till after dark. I mean, she left at 4 a.m. She'd come home at 10 o'clock at night and go to sleep.
She would leave the house 4 a.m. for her first job.
For her first job, yeah. And then have more jobs. So basically, Ruben and his sister just grew up hanging around in the streets because nobody was around to tell them not to. So that was it. It's tough. Now, soccer was, I guess the family liked soccer a lot, as most Portuguese people do here. The editor of the football website, Mais Futebol, has interviewed Semedo twice and had some exchanges with him over the years. He described him as a genial, quiet young man from the interactions he had with him.
Right.
Unfortunately, as we'll find out later, there's a lot of people who wouldn't describe him as genial or quiet or anything less than a fucking monster. So this is interesting. This guy says, quote, Ruben Semedo had not a simple life. He came from a difficult neighborhood. His father was in prison. He had a lot of bad influences in the neighborhood. When I spoke to people who knew him, they all said to me that, quote, he is a good boy. But when he's with friends from the neighborhood, he transforms himself into another person.
Yeah, that kid that's got a do shit for attention,
Yeah.
or approval,
approval, or just to show that he's not a pussy, and that's that happens a lot. We see that a lot of times people are way different.
Fit in, man. Yeah.
So he grew up in the neighborhood of Baba, B-O-B-A. That's where he grew up. Yeah, well, I guess he was born in a different neighborhood in 1994, but then moved with his family in the early 2000s. When this neighborhood was built to welcome residents of the slums of Amadora. Basically, it's like...
Oh, that's nice.
It's like in the 50s when we did housing projects.
Yeah.
Like housing projects now, obviously you hear projects, and that's bad. But in the 50s, housing projects were wonderful. They were...
That was a positive
fucking brand new buildings, nicest place these people anybody had ever lived. Poor people just came there from shit, run down old buildings to these brand new buildings, and... It wasn't bad, but then after a while, shit'll break down.
Greens, sure.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess this is like a lot of white apartments, like tall white apartments, kind of is how it looks here. I guess there's a lot of just action in the streets, a lot of like soccer in the streets and things like that too.
Cool, yeah.
And I guess there's a lot of people from this area whose families from the same place he was. That they immigrated from. So, and a lot of their parents would work late too. So a lot of these kids would just basically spend the days and nights playing soccer in the street.
That's one way to get good at
this
it.
This is, slinging crack rock, or you got a wicked jump shot. This is the Portuguese version of a jump shot here.
Yeah.
This is, the playgrounds in Brooklyn and shit. It's the same thing here.
Right.
So everybody knew the family around here, and everybody said that, which is interesting. Everybody said that he had a great education in the streets, basically, for soccer. Anyway,
that's not. Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, for soccer, not for other things.
That's not positive.
They said that like a lot of families in the area, if a father's sent to jail, like the whole family falls apart. But he said that no one in this family broke. Basically, mom kept working, and this all happened. Also, people said that he stood out as an unusually good soccer player from an early age. Mm-hmm. His one friend said, even as a child, Ruben always stood out. In the younger echelons, it was always the best. He was always the best physically and technically. We knew he was going to have a great future. We all saw he was a great player. So that's a friend of his from the area. They said he was the star of the neighborhood at the time.
Love that.
So that made him actually start looking for places to play soccer when he's a teenager, which I guess, what else are you going to do? Although other than Little League or high school or something like that, he started playing at a Benfica Football Club, better known as FOFO, F-O-F-O, here. And apparently he met a guy named Gelson Martins there, and they become like a good team as like a basis of a good pairing as a basis of a team here. A writer said when he was with Sporting's Academy, he was caught driving without a license.
Uh-oh.
Shortly after that, during a game, he got a red card and threw his Sporting jersey on the ground. The supporters from the club did not like that. He always had these kinds of small problems.
Mm-hmm.
Temper issues, immaturity is a problem.
Yep. Unable to handle when being called for something. Yep. That's not good.
Now, he wears his hair in dreads.
Hell yeah.
And the reason he wears his hair in dreads is
because he's poor.
He likes reggae music. That's all. I said, why do you do that? He goes, I like reggae music. And that's what those guys do.
That's a choice.
He's not trying to do reggae or anything like that.
Yeah.
He just said.
He's just committed to it.
Yeah. He's like, you grow a beard because you like country music. It's the same thing. I think it's maybe the same thing.
I don't know.
You're not singing it or driving a truck.
Yeah. I grew a beard because I don't like razor burn. I hope he did the same thing.
No, I don't think so. So anyway, August 11th, 2013, he makes his debut with the first team, and he scored, actually, in that game. So
really?
He did great.
His first game?
First game. So let's see here. Sporting CPB is his team that he's on here.
Sure.
In the Segunda Liga division.
Okay. Yeah,
and it looks like he had 23 appearances and 1 goal that year, I believe.
Okay.
Anyway, if you know us and our soccer knowledge, we have a very tenuous at best grasp of the stats here. So I assume G is goals, and that's that. And he's still not getting any interest in it whatsoever.
I still don't understand a fucking thing.
He spent the 2013-14 season with the B team in the Segunda Liga, his first appearance in the competition occurring on August 25th as he played the full 90 minutes in a 1-0 home win against Trofense. Wow. Played a whole, that's a lot of running.
Sure is.
A man can run. Let's just say that.
Oh my God.
So, yeah, it looks like in this, I don't know, he had appearances. I don't see any goals. I don't fucking know. He won an award here that year. The Super Taca Candido de Oliveira. I don't know what the fuck that means.
It's a big award.
The word super's in it, so I'm assuming that it's good. Assuming it's not worst player in the league award or some shit like that.
Super bad.
Super bad something. So he made 36,000, I guess, pounds or euros or some shit that year. So he made 700.
Seems like a lot.
700 a week. I mean, he's a child, so yeah. Or he's 20 at this point.
It's certainly not pesos if they're making 700 a week.
Yeah, it's got seems to be I think it's euros at that point.
Probably,
so
right.
2014-15, he's on a team called Reus or Reus, R-E-U-S.
Yeah.
Reus, who knows? It's Brazil. It's Portugal. I have no fucking idea. So he's on loan because those teams, as you know, in soccer,
you can borrow him.
You can just borrow a guy for a while. Let me borrow him.
It's pretty wild.
Let me get that for like a month, would you? That's right.
Let me hold that.
Let me hold that for a bit, sure. So he said to a reporter, it was important to get away from the environment I was in and from bad influences.
Oh.
So he was the crime and sports rule of don't go home. He was like, it's bad influence. Yep. I found a quiet city where I was treated very well. That was nothing, and now I am a starter at Sporting. So that's what he said. And 2015-16, he's on a couple different teams here. He's on Sporting CP, where he seems to have no goals, it looks like. 14 appearances. I don't see any goals. Okay. Yeah. So he was promoted.
He's a back guy, right? So he's
center back. I don't know what that does. That defense?
I don't know if that's defense. Because if it's defense, then you're pushing forward, and then now you're the scoring guy, right? On the other side.
Right is not the question. I don't know. If that's a statement, then I'll go, okay.
Yeah.
If you're asking me as a question, I'm going to.
I guess if you're center back, you're probably the center that runs. You're in the middle of the field running towards
a safety,
your own goal. Yeah, to your own goal to combat anybody trying to score, and then the other way you just serve the ball back to your wingers.
I was going to say you're probably setting the back, and they can reset it with you back there or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So
probably true.
He was promoted this year to Sporting's main squad. He made his competitive debut, winning his first trophy in the process.
Great.
That's what it says here. I don't know what that means in the terms of Portuguese soccer, but
usually trophies the end, like you're the winner.
Seems you get something, but over there that could mean literally anything. That could mean
they were going to fire him.
That could mean he wore special socks. I have no clue. They're going to fire him, anything. On the 9th of August, he came in as a late substitution in a 1-0 victory over Benfica. Benfica sounds like an insurance company, by the way.
Yeah, doesn't sound.
Sounds like
I'm not scared of that.
The company's soccer team he's playing on now.
Yeah.
He sold enough policies to make the squad. He's on there. So 5 days after that, he was loaned to another good club called Vitória de Setúbal, and he was sent off twice during his brief spell. I think that means kicked out of the game.
Kicked out of the game?
Booted. Get the fuck out of here.
He's a bad man.
Including once against Rio Ave, which I don't know, Rio Street here, and Taca de Portugal. So,
I love those.
That sounds good. I love Portuguese. Nothing better than a Portuguese taco, baby. You know what I mean? There's pork in it, I'm sure. They love pork over there. Portugal's fucking beautiful, by the way.
It really is.
I look at that shit and I'm like, if I could tolerate to be on a plane that long, I would go there. It looks really nice. It really does. And the food there looks, it's all seafood and then pork.
Yeah.
It's like, this is
I've
great.
Also heard it's very unstable, yes?
Portugal? No, Portugal's.
No,
it's attached to Spain. It does fine. Yeah.
I don't mean, it's up there. Is that right?
You thought it was in South America.
Shit.
You know, Portugal is.
How'd you know that?
It's, I don't know. Not like I know you a little bit or anything. Portugal is like the north and going down the west coast of the Spanish, whatever the
Geography with James and Jimmie.
River Talk with James and Jimmie. Here we are. Yeah, it's over there. It's in Europe. It's attached to that.
What the fuck am I thinking is down near South America?
The Iberian Peninsula, it is called, actually.
Oh, that's up there?
Yeah, I only know that from 23andMe or whatever the fuck, because my dad has a lot of...
You control the board.
Iberian fucking DNA, so... I have
That's
lot of
500. You control the
I got it. That's for 600. Let's go with more arcane fucking European facts for 600, please. So
useless Spanish-speaking country geography.
That's it. Not Spanish, Portuguese.
All right. Why do I keep doing that?
So,
all right.
Anyway, 2016 January, he was recalled by the Lions because they had a bunch of injuries.
Okay.
So that's how that
they
went.
Want him to get sent off again?
I don't know. He's going to get sent away. Ruben made 48 games on the first team of Sporting, and in the middle, still passed by Reese, Spain, and the victory of Setúbal, both cases on loan from the Lions. I don't know what that sentence means, but maybe if you're a soccer fan. Yeah. So the Portuguese here, he was seen by, at this point, a coach here called Jorge Jesus.
Yeah.
And and so on February 18th.
That's one guy.
One guy, Jorge Jesus.
Yeah.
No last name.
Yeah.
That's his name. February 18, 2016, he played his first game in European competition, being sent off after 2 bookable offenses. So he got booted out of international competition.
Did it again.
In a 1-0 home loss to Bayer, Leverkusen?
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, in the last 32 of the UEFA Europa League. I don't know what the fuck any of this means. So on March 9th, he signed a new contract that will go up until 2022 with a release clause being set at 45 million, whatever the fuck, euros.
Whoa. 45 million currency.
So that means if they shit can him, they have to pay him all that money.
Yeah,
I believe
45 million of something. Yeah.
So March 24th, 2016, he made his debut for the Portugal under-21 team, which he was born in 1994. So I don't know how the fuck he's under 21 in 2016. How is that possible?
I don't know.
That's not possible at all.
Is he lying?
I mean, I guess he'd be 20. He'd be 21 for some of 2016.
Sure, I guess, yeah.
But
he wouldn't be.
I wouldn't be under 21 ever in 2000. There'd be no day of 2016 where he's under 21.
No,
I don't know.
He's about to be 22.
Exactly. Well, either way, he had a goal and scored in the opener. There was a 4-0 home win of Liechtenstein.
Oh,
and not bad. So he's doing his thing. This is. What the fuck is this now? He doesn't seem to have any goals here. Yeah, there's the Primera Liga 2016-17. He has 48 appearances and no goals. So I think he's definitely a defense guy here.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because they said that they only called him back to this other team because they had a lot of defensive injuries.
Yeah. He's serving it up to the wingers, and if he gets wide open, he'll drop one, and evidently sometimes it goes in.
Yeah, I guess so. So he makes 140,000 Portuguese fucking
whatever dollars,
pork bucks they got down there.
Yeah.
Portuguese squid dollars. I don't know how what the fuck it is. So 2017-18, he's transferred to Villarreal.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we know them. Yeah, obviously.
I've heard of them. Yeah.
Well, I remember the pitcher on the Diamondbacks that was named that.
Maybe that's something.
Yeah. I think Oscar, I think his name was Oscar Villarreal.
Maybe I just know some people with that.
I was going to say, in Phoenix, I'm sure we've both met people named Villarreal in Phoenix. It's just probably.
I've heard the word is what I'm saying.
I know that guy.
I'm familiar.
Your first thought was, I must know that soccer player. No. So I
recognize the word.
He's signed with these guys in 2017 for 14 million euros, it looks like.
Wow.
He made his La Liga debut on August 25th, playing the entire 3-0 away defeat against Real Sociedad.
Yeah.
So after Javier Calleja took over as head coach on September 25th, this guy didn't like him so much.
No?
No.
The coach doesn't like Ruben?
No, coach doesn't like him as much here. So he ends up having some injuries as well this year, and in December of 2017, he's going to have some surgery on something. Who knows? But weird that we're going to put it right at the point where he's injured, but he's doing very well. He's moving up. He's in La Liga now. He's doing great. Grace at this point, I think. Yeah, this is it here. Now, this coincides nicely, rubs up against October 29th, 2017,
what happened then?
When he's arrested is what he's doing. Apparently, there was an exit they're at the club. And there was a big melee near the exit.
Sure.
Now, according to the victim here, the events began inside the entertainment venue at 305 San Vicente Martir Street. It was 6 a.m. when this happened. 6 a.m. We make fun of people for being out at 2 a.m. and having problems. If it's 6 a.m., unless you're out doing like road work in the morning, you just had like a cup of coffee and a fucking muffin and now you're out. If you're still out at 6 a.m.,
after 4, it's 100% your fault, right?
Oh my God! After fucking midnight, it's your fault. After 4, it's what are you doing?
After midnight, we go 50-50, right?
Till 2, I think. Till 2.
Yeah.
And then after 2, all your fault.
Post 2, it's 100%. 100%. Right? You shouldn't even be there.
Post 4, you're really in deep shit here.
Yeah. Holy.
So it was 6 a.m, and I guess Semedo approached a young man and began to talk shit to him.
Sure.
Because, I mean, he's probably been drinking for 9 hours. I can understand that. The friends of both mediated the situation. Hey, let's all chill out. Everybody got in the middle of it here. It's 6 a.m.
The sun's coming up.
Listen, people are making eggs right now. This is crazy. What the fuck are you doing?
Somebody's already gone for work, you guys.
There's tons of people. Look at it. The garbage is being picked up. This is bonkers. What are we doing? So shortly after that, though, so everything calmed down. Everybody broke up. But shortly after, here comes Ruben again, approaching this boy. And he told him that he was giving him a Villarreal shirt. So he said, I'm going to give you a shirt that I have. It's to apologize. My bad. Hey,
an olive branch, if you will.
I'm the bigger man here, or I'm a big man. I can fucking. My friends told me I fucked up, and I can admit when I'm wrong. My bad. It's 6 a.m. You probably don't want any more drinks. So
we all love Villarreal.
How about a Villarreal shirt? He said, if you come outside with me, I'll give you a shirt. I got a shirt over here, so come on out, and we'll go do that.
Let's go do it.
So the guy goes, "Oh, that's really cool of you. Thanks, man. You know what I mean? That's all right, cool." So
you're right. You were a dick.
But in Portuguese, he said, "Yeah." So they walk outside to do that, and as they're coming outside the exit and getting ready to go look for the shirt, instead Ruben takes a glass bottle out of his pocket and beats this man over the head with it. Brutally.
Holy.
Brutally and viciously. Just whipped it out and started beating the guy as he was looking the other direction. Never even had a chance to defend himself, this guy.
Did it break?
That is why no words on whether it broke or not. Not sure. Either way, he's been pummeled with a glass bottle. It doesn't sound great.
Do you think it's a wine bottle, beer bottle, or like liquor bottle?
Glass
Probably
bottle.
A liquor bottle.
Well, it fits in his pocket, so I'm assuming.
Right. Probably a beer bottle?
Beer bottle would be the most likely to fit in your pocket.
Ooh.
I would think. Which I've seen guys do this. I was a bouncer. I saw a quarterback for the Arizona Rattlers hide a beer bottle in his pocket to hit his own wide receiver because his own wide receiver had punched the guy's sister in this other side of the bar.
God. Is that who I think it is?
I don't know. It was. I'll say who it is. I don't really give a fuck because I saw it, so I know it was true. It was Chad May was his name, the fucking guy, the quarterback at the time. He had got kicked around a couple NFL. I don't remember the receiver's name, but there was like 3 of us, and we were trying to
just glassed him.
We were trying to. No, he didn't because my manager saw it and ran over, and when the guy wasn't looking, he yanked it out of his pocket. Which then pissed him off, and then the whole team wanted to fight each other and us at the same time. It was great. It was a great night. It was wonderful. Wow. Yeah.
You're already not real football players. Let's not do that.
That's what I mean. What are you guys doing? Trying to get yourselves further away from the NFL? What the fuck is wrong with you? You're
already a joke.
Barely a professional player. Barely. I mean, come on, dude. Yeah. The cheerleaders probably make more than you.
And they're certainly more athletic.
Yeah. The guy who plays constant AC/DC music up here is probably making more than you guys. You fucking break. Assholes.
In the 1980s, a rosé swept the country.
Hey, Mike, I really like this White Zinfandel.
Well, good. Now put it down. I'm going to try another one.
White Zin became America's top-selling wine. But most don't know that this sweet drink has a sour history. What began in 1986 with counterfeit bottles.
A big fraud, a multi-million-dollar fraud.
Sent investigators chasing one of the most powerful families in the business, the Licciardis. But the closer the feds got to them, the more dangerous things became. It's a story of deceit.
At the time, I was paranoid.
Threats.
You touch my kids, I will kill you.
And murder.
With a .22 caliber bullet to the head.
What started with a scheme to mislabel wine spilled into a blood-soaked battle for succession. Welcome to Bloodvines. You can binge listen to Bloodvines exclusively and ad-free on Wondery Plus. Join Wondery Plus in the Wondery app, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify.
He was hip-hop's biggest mogul, the man who redefined fame, fortune, and the music industry.
The first male rapper to be honored on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Sean Diddy Combs.
Diddy built an empire and lived a life most people only dream about.
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
But just as quickly as his empire rose, it came crashing down.
Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution.
I was up. I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. I'm disgusted. I'm so sorry.
Until you're wearing an orange jumpsuit, it's not real. Now it's real.
From his meteoric rise to his shocking fall from grace, from law and crime, this is the rise and fall of Diddy. Listen to the rise and fall of Diddy exclusively with Wondery Plus.
So November 19th, 2017 here, there was, he's arrested again. So that was in October. That was October 29th.
Christ.
This is November 19th. This is for, at a different nightclub, he threatened a man with a pistol, apparently.
Oh, he's bringing guns.
He's bringing guns, which is fucking crazy. It was 8:30 in the morning.
What?
And he's in his Mercedes.
Okay.
I don't know. He wasn't out at that point. I don't know. Parked in the vicinity of Plaza de España, waiting for a man to come out with whom he had argued with shortly before. So he's, rather than just going home, he's waiting to escalate a beef here.
At the Plaza of Spain.
The Plaza of Spain.
Yeah.
So according to the complaint, Semedo would have, I guess he refused to leave the disco at closing time after being asked to leave the premises. It's only 7 a.m., though. I don't want to leave. Portugal's a wild fucking place, man.
Closing time is
man.
What?
Although I bet you could get good food late at night there, which I love in a city.
If you can make it to closing time, you're a hero already.
This is crazy shit, man. So, yeah, I guess he didn't want to leave because it was too early for him or too late.
Yeah.
So when this guy saw this employee, now Ruben's sitting outside waiting for the employee who told him to leave. Outside.
We're closed. You got to go. I'll be outside.
I'll be outside waiting for you because it's your fault. You're closed at this time.
You did this to me.
This is all your fucking fault.
Yeah.
So, apparently, when he saw this employee in the street, he approached him and pulled a pistol out from under his shirt. Pulls a gun out, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
He then pointed this is a woman, by the way. This is not a male employee. This is a female employee.
Right.
That he needs to threaten with a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you need to threaten?
To her face.
I mean, what the fuck are we doing here? Are you...
Look, man, you don't insult me.
That's what... So go fucking... If you're going to commit a crime, go punch her in the face. You're whipping a fucking gun out for. Is she a threat?
Yeah, that's the question.
Yeah.
It's like, what the... Why do you need to impose...
Go slap her if you're going to commit a crime.
A gun's worth of...
A lot.
Yeah, that's crazy.
A gun's worth is a good amount, I think. That's a good amount of crime you're going to commit.
Yeah.
I'm going to commit a gun's worth of crime tonight, I feel like. I'm going to use that as a measurement from now on.
Gun's worth of self-defense via dignity retention. That's crazy.
So apparently he pointed at her neck and said, now what? Call the security. And so I guess he also took a phone and threw it on the ground so no one would call. It took the phone away from this person, threw it on the ground so no one would call the police. Not the person he had the gun on, another person who was hanging out nearby.
Oh, my.
Give me your fucking phone, and broke it so they couldn't call police either.
Yeah.
This is fucking crazy. So January 26th, a couple months later, police are investigating him for threats with a gun at another nightclub. This is apparently a thing that he does here.
Man, what happened? This just all of a
escalated
sudden.
quick. Oh, it gets so much worse here. So this was, I guess, he had a couple different incidents in November of 2017.
Right.
And I guess he, according to the police here, the gun he was carrying couldn't be located, so wasn't possible to verify if it was real or a fake gun.
Okay.
But like in this country, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's a great point.
In this country, fake, real, anything. Pointing a gun is pointing a gun, whether it's fake or real.
Orange tip or not, you're going to jail.
We're going to assume anything pointed at you is real here and go from there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess a declaration of a witness who called the police was key to providing the data of the Porsche Cayenne, which is what he drove away in with the gun. So this made it possible to identify and arrest him because he got his license plate number and all that shit.
Yeah, yeah.
So the team, Villarreal, will assess and make where appropriate the appropriate statements once the investigation is completed. As far as the club is aware, events that have been reported and belong to the player's private life are being investigated, they said. So people are silver in Portugal also. Listen.
Incredibly.
When it all comes out, if he's guilty, we'll deal with it then. But for now, we're going to ignore it.
Yeah. We don't jump to conclusions around here.
Now, he answers these charges on Instagram, the most professional way to do it.
Yeah.
Where he makes a video where he appears to be working out in the gym with a direct message for everyone who's talking about him because he's got an injury at this point, so he's coming back. He says, "Let them continue inventing that I continue to recover." That's what he says. So.
Yeah, he's inventing also. He's inventing new biceps.
New fucking tendons, because that's what he's got, a tendon problem. So also that day, they're talking about him being arrested, and they talk about he's awaiting trial. He was released after hours. He was a few hours they held him for and then released him.
Yeah.
So they said they couldn't locate the pistol, and that's a big deal. It'll be difficult to use. It'll be difficult to prove that he used it if they can't find it, they say. Which, I mean, he hid it probably or threw it away, I would think, at that point.
It's not on his person, that's for sure.
No. The coach, Javier Calleja, refused, or Calleja, I don't know which one, refused to react to the situation, considering it to be a, quote, private and personal matter.
It's between him and the cops, man.
None of my fucking business. He said there's an open investigation, and until it ends, we will not comment. He acknowledged that the club was aware of the situation, and the club says that it will pronounce when the investigations and legal actions are over. And he's injured anyway, so don't worry about him right now, basically. Right. So February 20th, 2018, he's arrested again.
Yeah.
For such an injured guy, what the fuck are you doing, man?
He needs to play soccer. Otherwise, he is in so much trouble.
And that's probably true. He's probably been playing soccer when he was playing in the streets. And when he was a kid, that kept him out of trouble, I'm sure.
Right.
He's got a game. He's playing. So anyway, he's arrested again, third time in 4 months here. It's again for violent shit. It was apparently, I guess, he and two other people had a gun and attacked and robbed an acquaintance from his circle of friends, according to the complaint. So now he's doing this to his friends. Female bar employees at 8 o'clock in the morning, his buddies. No one's safe from this guy.
Anybody nearby with a wallet.
Anybody, yeah. I guess they began a quick investigation and arrested him in his chalet yesterday morning for the crimes of... his chalet, yeah. Crimes of injury, illegal detention, and robbery.
Oh.
The attacked man went to a police station to report that he'd been tied, beaten, and kidnapped by Semedo and two other men at Semedo's home. That's a lot. That's not just give me your money. That's vicious.
That's an aggressive assault.
Fucking crazy. Well, apparently they immobilized him, locked him in a room, and the individuals beat him with baseball bats.
Okay.
While Semedo pointed a gun to his head and said he was going to kill him.
Yeah, that's attempted murder.
That is a lot. That's a whole lot. Dude, that is... Yeah. What are you, the Gambino family? What the fuck are you doing? That's crazy.
You got a gun
Who
and
does
threatened
that?
murder, and then they beat him with baseball bats. That's attempted murder, isn't it?
While they're tied up. Yeah,
right.
Seems like it. If you're threatening it, then beating him with a deadly object, I would think that would be...
It's kidnapping and attempted murder.
Wow. He also threatened this man with cutting off his finger.
Oh.
So we're going to cut off your finger. Then they took his house key from his keys to go to his house and rob his house.
What?
Why is he doing this?
Yeah, what's
You
going
have like
on?
a big football career in front of you. Why are you doing this? They took his money and watches and all sorts of shit like that.
From his house?
From the guy's house. They went to his house and robbed him.
Oh, my God.
So this guy had bruises on various parts of his body, a broken ankle, by the way. They broke his ankle. The victim identified Ruben and a cousin of Ruben as two of the individuals who tied and beat him up and then robbed him. Mm-hmm. So the people in the building here said they assure that they have contemplated several times a transfer of people in the house and that some of them remain in the house for a very short time. So apparently Ruben has people coming in and out all the time, staying there with him. That's what they're saying. I believe that's what they're trying to say there. So the victim filed a complaint, and they took over. Another force took over the investigations based on, jurisdictional issues. Yeah. According to the complainant's version here, the three individuals tied him with a rope so that he could not escape, then went to his house to steal 24,000 euros, a computer, several watches, and other valuables. That's a good haul.
This is like a
you do to drug dealers. This is
right, a kidnapping scam.
Yeah, this is a drug dealer kidnapping ransom scam.
Minus the drugs.
But they just, and normally, a guy who makes a shitload of money and has a bright soccer future ahead of him has no reason to do this. The man said he managed to escape due to an oversight of his kidnappers while they transferred him to Valencia to search for an individual who owed money to Semedo. They weren't done that night. They were going looking for more people. Wow. I guess the victim assures the Villarreal player shot him twice with a pistol, although the shots did not hit him. So shot at him twice with a pistol.
Oh, my.
Yes. After searching Semedo's chalet for several hours, including a room set up as a disco in the basement. That's nice.
He's got his own bar.
He's got the jerk room down there. That's good.
Yeah.
He's got his own fucking nightclub. Why are you out at 8 a.m?
Yeah,
you have your own nightclub. Leaving? Fuck is wrong with you? Invite people over. So they found the pistol used in the attack downstairs in his disco basement.
Sure.
So this incriminates him, obviously, here. And also, they think this is the same gun from the bar the first time. So they finally found it, that he pointed at the lady.
Right, the one they pointed in her neck.
Yeah, so they find that. So his arrests, and a bunch of journalists now are like hanging out in front of the chalet, which is funny here. They just have like this big, it's a huge story. Yeah. What did this guy expect? You're famous, dummy.
And you're doing like super bad shit.
Yeah, that's horrible. What you did is like one of the worst things you can do. It's bad shit.
Those are pretty bad accusations.
So they brought the gun to the lab here to do ballistics and tracing, where the specialists will analyze the weapon in detail to determine if it's been used in any other criminal acts. So they're going to do ballistics comparisons. Maybe this guy shot a guy doing a robbery or something. So the gun serial number scratched off. So that's nice.
Uh-oh. Yep.
That shows it's on the up and up here. Also, several boxes and bags with his belongings were taken from his house. After reading his rights and informing him of the reason for his arrest, here he was transferred to headquarters for questioning. The other two men involved in the attack, a cousin of Ruben and another individual who's already been identified, fled Valencia on suspicion that the victim had filed a complaint. They took off. They're like,
he's going to rat us out.
We're not famous and have a job we have to be at, so we're fucking out of here.
We're going to go ahead and leave.
That is fucking amazing. So the cousin and the other individual also resided in that chalet where he lived. Apparently, they said, all the neighbors and everybody said that his basement disco was a hotbed of activity, where these three would have huge parties till, 8 o'clock in the morning down there.
Till tomorrow.
Normal Portuguese closing time, apparently. The motherfuckers are crazy in Portugal.
They really, I thought 4 a.m. was late for closing time. That's
wild.
Outrageous.
They're like, it's 7 a.m. Get out.
Why even close?
Why? Why? For what?
Just make it 24 hours at that point.
I guess close it for an hour, reopen at 9. I don't know.
Yeah. Spray the puke out and open right back up.
You're going to have to do that. The puke and
for sure. There's going to be puke
everywhere. There's going to be jizz and puke and.
You're still people.
I would say. So February 22nd, 2018, he's going to be charged with attempted murder.
Yes, good. That's
Yes.
exactly what that is.
Attempted murder, kidnapping, assault, and theft.
Yeah.
That is quite the lineup of charges you got there, my man.
It's a hell of a run.
Fuck. The player's agents have told the press that their client has denied all the allegations brought against him, claiming that he's the victim of fraud. I'm the victim.
Hold on.
Hey, I'm the real victim here.
Yeah, it was fraud.
It's fraud. This person's lying. They said, quote, explaining right now is hard. Ruben was the victim of a fraud, of a huge trick, probably financial. In this situation, some extortion or blackmail or something. Mm-hmm. In this situation, he didn't react very correctly, but he was the victim. They're not even denying he did what he did. They're saying he did this because the other guy did something first.
That guy's fraudulent.
He deserved it. So maybe that's true too. I mean, the guy could have ripped him off, but the way you handle it when you're a professional athlete, who everybody knows, isn't to tie him to a chair and beat him with baseball bats and rob him.
No. At that point, you got to sue, man.
Wow. Then the attorney said, what I have seen on Spanish television is a disgraceful situation. Really bad. Ruben was not involved in that. The supposed kidnapping never happened. It's a total lie that there was kidnapping and torture. The gun didn't belong to Ruben, although they found it in his house. Tomorrow we will know more details in court, and it will all be cleared up.
A total lie.
Good now. Total lie. He's fine.
We got him.
He's a real good guy here.
Sure.
It's at this point that Villarreal suspends him without pay after he's charged, with attempted murder. A full,
generally, yeah.
Not just rumors floating around. He's actually charged. So, wow, that is amazing, honestly. He testified before a judge here and was led from the court in handcuffs. And his agents again deny any wrongdoing for this. They said Villarreal said that they were dismayed by the seriousness of the charges against Semedo, and although the club respected the presumption of innocence, they would suspend him until after the legal process is over.
Yeah.
So they do more than Jerry Jones anyway. So
no kidding. Yeah.
They're more reactive than Jerry Jones. While always respecting the notion that everyone is innocent until proven guilty, the club has decided to suspend the player from duties without pay until the ongoing case has been settled, is the official statement. Villarreal would like to show its horror at the grave crimes the player Ruben Semedo was charged with. There we go. So March 5th, 2018, here we go. They talk about him here getting, I guess they're talking about him playing and a guy who played with him talking about him here. They said that, what is that? Oh, and with you until, okay. All right. They're talking about when he got kicked out of his last game here for throwing his shirt down and all that kind of thing. All his teammates said they were with him and, all that kind of shit. They said, with you until the end of the world, the one guy said in Portuguese.
Yeah, they're on his side.
They're on his side.
You can take your shirt off and throw it at people. We don't care.
We don't mind. That's the Gelson Martins guy here. So the friendship between him and Gelson comes from old-timey days. They grew up together. They went to sporting together. Remember, we talked about him earlier. So I guess they talk about how in the summer of 2016, Gelson first took Ruben to back where his family was from, the Cape Verde, and took the opportunity to pass through a village to do humanitarian work with the Camp Verdean children. Right. What this is a fluff piece on a guy. This is a Portuguese fluff piece.
Yeah. This is generally where we tell you he's a great guy, especially with charity.
He's a wonderful, charitable guy.
Never seen him, attempted a murder.
I did not in front of me anyway.
I didn't see it.
No. So after news of the arrest first happened, Gelson Martins used social media networks to share a photo in which the two appear together, and the description is, with you until the end of the world here. So Don't care what you've done here. So I guess the most... they talk about the president of Camp Verde posted on Facebook a message of support for Ruben.
Yeah.
Listen, he's from here. His family's from here. It's fine.
The president of Camp Verde.
Of Camp Verde. Or it's Cape Verde. Camp Verde again.
Right.
So Arizona, there's a Camp Verde as a town. So it's just comes out.
And there is a president of it. He usually defends himself with a trash can lid.
Against raccoons.
Yeah, it's a very scary man, that president of Camp.
I would say so. Get on out of here, he clanging on a fucking garbage can lid.
He's got 11 teeth, 8 are in his pocket.
He keeps them, though, just in case.
Hanging on to
You never know when there might be a cure for whatever dental ailment he has.
Whatever made those fall out.
In his mind, it's the same as freezing your head after you die. It's the same shit. Like, someday they'll come up with something. Put these back in my fucking head.
There's no holes in them. They just fell out.
I don't know why they got roots and everything. Whole deal. They'll put them back. And this guy here, the president of Cape Verde, Jorge Carlos Fonseca, he says, I am trying to know what is happening with footballer Ruben Semedo. I follow and I am interested in the case. I see it as one of ours, he said. Him, he's one of ours. So
sure.
I guess so. They said that the player's family continues to live where they lived, and he visits the neighborhood where he grew up all the time. This is a total fluff piece.
Sure.
The one guy here says, even after becoming known, I kept coming here to the neighborhood to be with friends. Once even came after a derby against Benfica. In the background, he never left the neighborhood, which is what you should do. Remember, never go home?
You got to get out of
He's constantly going home.
Yeah.
And
Too many people.
so the neighborhood, they said the people would, they follow his growth and they follow him, and, he's like the hero of the neighborhood. They said, quote, friends would gather to watch his games. In the neighborhood, they talked about his career and criticized for not being called to the national team. Why isn't he playing for the national team?
Right.
Look at him. Now nobody wants to talk about this case, though. They go to interview people, friends and family, and nobody wants to talk about the shit because, they don't want to say, he didn't do it, so they just keep silent here. People who know him, though, say he's not a violent guy at all. This is out of character. One said, no one could point anything at you. I never even saw him fucking around. It was a big shock. He never got into anything like it. He who has never been grounded in the bedroom now finds himself deprived of his freedom. Never even got grounded as a kid.
Yeah.
He's such a good kid, and now he's deprived of his freedom just because he tied a guy up and beat him and robbed him. Who cares, right? That's what they're saying. So he said, here in the neighborhood, we are all very angry. They made it look like Ruben was the bad guy, and he's not the villain in this story. No?
No, he's not. No.
Really?
No, he's not.
This was not as you would have us believe. He had no group or gang to rob houses. What was his need to do this? I don't even understand why he was in pretrial detention. Why? That's the point. You don't have. Yeah. What is his fucking need? That's what's so dumb about it. Rather than going, what a moron.
Yeah, you're not doing him any favors with these writings at the moment.
Yeah, I have to. I live in a shithole, and I don't do that. So why the fuck does he have to?
You got to entertain yourself sometimes, James. Entertain.
So in the neighborhood, the opinion is that the Semedo case has shown the most racist face of justice and the media, which has not defended the Portuguese player and has still given rise to more controversy. One says that they said the society has faced the case, giving Ruben Semedo as guilty even before all the facts are known, revealing that there is still discrimination. For me, of course, any black person who stands out in his community and continues his connection to the neighborhood is soon penalized. This is one of the people in the neighborhood. Those who come from these neighborhoods will always have problems. Do blacks who are successful have to start dating whites, stretch your hair, lighten the skin? Misfortune is connoted collectively. Success does not.
Golly.
Okay. So, in other words, Ruben's innocent is what they're saying.
Yeah,
that's
it's racism.
Bottom line, it's racism. It's just he's a football player. They want to fuck him over.
He's banging a white, James.
Well, no. They're saying, should you do all of that to be more white, and maybe then you'll be accepted? I think was what they were going for.
Okay.
So the future of him here now, he's pretty fucked. He goes to court, and they announces that the charges. It's an official deal here. I guess, though, according to a Spanish newspaper, the alleged victims have withdrawn the complaint against Ruben.
Oh, charges dropped.
Yes. Now, this is for the disco shit here. The plaintiffs, a man and a woman who work in a disco in the Spanish city of Valencia, alleged that the player, along with two other people, threatened them with a firearm, then removed the keys from the apartment where they were stealing money and objects.
Yeah.
But I guess his agent here, Ruben's agent, said that Ruben was the victim of a scam. What may have happened in the attitude of Ruben is to have reacted outside the scope of the law of what is legal if it happened, but because he was the victim of a fraud. The player's career gets stained with this detention. We hope it is another case that has no gravity. It's bad for a young athlete who's starting a promising career.
Sure is.
Jesus. I guess so here. Interesting. Somebody else said, we are waiting for justice. We hope the situation will be resolved quickly. That's one of his lawyers here.
Yeah.
But someone from the neighborhood says, we are scapegoats for everything that goes wrong in Portuguese society. Okay.
Who are?
People from that neighborhood, apparently.
Okay.
He was supposed to make 988,000 Portuguese bucks. Whatever's over there that year, though. So, I mean, he's really fucking up. Now, he's leaving prison on July 13, 2018 on a bail of 30,000 euros.
Okay.
So he's coming out again here.
Mm-hmm.
He must meet a series of conditions to remain free. He must remain at a distance of at least 300 meters from his victim and must appear in court once a week to confirm his whereabouts. Just show up and go, still here. So he will be not permitted to leave prison until the deposit passes into the court's account. It's expected to be a bank transfer, which will take a couple of days. He hasn't received any salary. He's fucked.
It's not good.
It's not good.
No.
I would say it's not good at this point in time. He's kind of fucked. He's at home, though, which is nice.
That is helpful.
That helps. It's always better to be home. You know what I mean?
Well, when you bring this upon yourself, yeah.
And that's what he says. He's sitting here and he's sitting around. He's looking around. He goes, man, I need a fresh start. What am I doing to myself?
Taking responsibility, yeah.
Well, what am I doing? I have this career. I have all this shit going for me. Now I'm fucking, everyone's talking shit about me, calling me a fucking kidnapper and all this shit. Like, I need to redesign my life completely. Yeah. And I'm going to start out with this house, goddammit. We're gonna redo the disco, and there's only one person in the world he can call to get that done, and that is Dexter Manley, interior designer from New York City. And he says, how is it you've come to arrive here?
Love to know.
Oh my God, look at you. You came from nowhere. Your mom's working all the time, doing all this stuff, and like you're not making her proud. Is she proud of this? Go ask your mom. Say, Mom, are you proud of the way I tied those knots in the back of that man and then beat him with a little bat? You know, a little tiny bat.
Tell her she did this and see if she loves it.
Was it cricket? Was it baseball? I don't know what you play over here. I'm not sure, but I do know this. You, sir, are white trash. I'm sorry. You're white trash. Sure. This is ridiculous white trash behavior. You notice there's no other knocks right now? Do you know why that is? You've offended Vince McMahon. Do you know how much of a piece of shit you have to be for Vince McMahon to have no interest in you? Because I mean, normally tying up things like he's into that, man. I'm telling you, like that's his jam. Believe me, we go around all in a van, and that's what he does. You, on the other hand, are white trash. I'm sorry, I have to go. I can't do your disco. It's going to be even trashier with you in it. So I have to go now. Poof, and gone in a cloud of boas and feathers. He's gone. And Ruben's very confused. He tried to hold a gun on him, but it didn't work. He gave it a shot. Yeah. So he's talking about prison. He's in an interview with a Portuguese newspaper. And he said, quote, I cried a lot of nights. I never did it in front of anybody, but I couldn't sleep many nights, and I was just thinking about my children and my family suffering.
Really?
It makes you think that if it really is worth not spending time with your family, to spend time with people who don't care about you and lead you down paths which won't get you anywhere. I suffered a lot, and yes, I cried a lot of nights. Am I hanging out with the wrong crowd is what he's thinking here?
Maybe.
Now, he said he was playing in prison a little bit here. And
playing what?
Soccer, yeah. And on July 19, 2018, he is loaned to a newly promoted club, Huesca, for the upcoming season.
While he's locked up?
Yeah, well, no, he's out on bail, so it's fine now.
Yeah.
This attracted some criticism.
Yeah, sure.
A little bit, but the
so.
director of the team said that the player would be in good shape once the season began because he played while he was in prison, so he's been keeping up on it. And
guys, he didn't get a chance.
So they said, well, you'll be monitoring his off-field behavior just to make sure? And they said, absolutely not. No, we won't.
That's not our problem.
That's not our problem at all. They said, I was very keen to play again. This is what he said. I was very keen to play again, and Huesca has given me an opportunity to do so in the first division. I didn't hesitate to accept their offer. It was either that or sitting on my ass talking to my lawyers every day. So here we go. They're talking about the crime he committed, the kidnapping and all that kind of shit. And they described the neighborhood here. They said it's a tranquil neighborhood on the outskirts of the city of Valencia. It's a popular spot for rich people and the football stars who play for the local clubs such as Valencia and Villarreal to make their home. The houses and apartments have neatly manicured lawns, palm trees, and floor-to-ceiling windows that look out onto swimming pools.
Yeah.
High walls, electric gates, and private security firms keep its residences sheltered from the outside world. So it came as a shock when a battalion of police officers raided the apartment of their neighbor, Ruben Semedo. I would say. A week before the raid, Semedo, his cousin, and another friend were accused of kidnapping the man and bringing him back to the house there. As we know, they beat him with baseball bats, threatened to cut his finger off. We know what goes on there. So sources have said that they were trying to reclaim money that had been loaned to the man. So Ruben lent him money. This guy didn't pay him back, and this is his version of trying to collect.
Just getting my cash.
Just getting my cash back. According to the victim, he said he was escaped while being moved to a different location. Semedo shot at him twice and missed him. So the following day, a man badly bruised walked in with a crutch to the cops to report this happened.
Right.
So this is fucking crazy. So now he's being transferred all around, obviously.
Have you ever gotten a message out of the blue? Maybe you ignore them. Or maybe you end up in conversation. Maybe they tell you about an amazing offer. I can really show you how to make some money. And maybe that gets you into a lot of trouble. But this isn't a story about people like you, the people receiving these messages. This is a story about the people behind the messages, on the other end of the line. Thousands of them, working in a microcity built for scammers. From Wondery, the makers of Dr. Death and Kill List, comes Scam Factory, a new series about survival at the expense of others. Follow Scam Factory on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to Scam Factory early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts.
In the 1980s, a rosé swept the country.
Hey, Mike, I really like this White Zinfandel.
Well, good. Now put it down. We're going to try another one.
White Zin became America's top-selling wine. But most don't know that this sweet drink has a sour history. What began in 1986 with counterfeit bottles.
A big fraud, a multi-million-dollar fraud.
Sent investigators chasing one of the most powerful families in the business, the Licciardis. But the closer the feds got to them, the more dangerous things became. It's a story of deceit.
At the time, I was paranoid.
Threats.
You touch my kids, I will kill you.
And murder.
With a .22 caliber bullet to the head.
What started with a scheme to mislabel wine spilled into a blood-soaked battle for succession. Welcome to Bloodvines. You can binge listen to Bloodvines exclusively and ad-free on Wondery Plus. Join Wondery Plus in the Wondery app, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify.
A few miles from the glass spires of Midtown Atlanta lies the South River Forest. In 2021 and 2022, the woods became a home to activists from all over the country who gathered to stop the nearby construction of a massive new police training facility, nicknamed Cop City.
At approximately 9 o'clock this morning, as law enforcement was moving through various sectors of the property, an individual, without warning, shot a Georgia State Patrol trooper.
This is We Came to the Forest, a story about resistance.
The abolitionist mission isn't done until every prison is empty and shut down.
Love and fellowship.
It was probably the happiest I've ever been in my life.
And the lengths we'll go to protect the things we hold closest to our hearts. Follow We Came to the Forest on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can binge all episodes of We Came to the Forest early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus.
a journalist said it was a lot of money to pay for a small club like Villarreal, which is based in a small city of approximately 50,000 people. When they got him, he's talking about. He was actually one of the most expensive players in the history of their club.
Really?
Yeah. Goes on to say, for the general public around Villarreal, Semedo was relatively unknown because he was very young. Because Villarreal, which has very good sporting directors, usually gets transfers right, everybody was okay with it. But it was a gamble. They already knew he had some behavioral problems outside of football in Portugal. So, yeah, he's got some problems. So, the one guy here who is this Tobias Figueiredo, he's on the Tottenham Hotspurs. Or Hotspur. We know that. Said he grew
Tottenham Spurs.
He grew up around surrounded by other good center backs at Sporting, such as Eric Dier. Oh boy.
Yeah.
They talk about a coach who I know at Sporting Academy who's coached them all, said Ruben was the best of the four in terms of potential. And these are all big time defensemen now. So they said they likened his style of play to former Manchester United star Rio Ferdinand, and says he's as fast and strong and excellent in the air, too. Okay, I don't know if that's helpful or not in soccer, but okay. Seems like most of the shit takes place on the ground in soccer, but I don't fucking know about it. I know they do headbutts and shit like that, but other than that...
They send it quite a bit. It's pretty fascinating.
A lot of ground stuff going on in that game, though.
There is that, yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. So they said for a while he had some structure. He bought an apartment close to the training grounds of Sporting, where he lived with his girlfriend and their daughter. But she has a daughter, too.
Oh, yeah.
That relationship broke up, of course, though, and Semedo moved to Spain with his cousin and a friend, and those are the two accomplices in his thing here. So they describe in this article, quote, it seems Villarreal were careless in leaving Semedo so isolated when he first arrived in Spain, given his troubled track record. Failing to nail down a starting place, he played his last game for the club against Barcelona in December 2017, and getting injured didn't help. They said he wasn't part of the trainer's dynamic at Villarreal. Somebody said here, he wasn't part of the dressing room. He didn't have a good relationship with the rest of the players in the squad, and he spent most of the time injured. He only played 4 matches in La Liga, not even full matches. So he didn't play enough, and he brought his bad company with him to Spain and the same problems he had before in Portugal. Mm-hmm. No matter what, he brings his cousins and he brings everybody else, every other
that's a big problem.
Ne'er-do-well shithead that he has along, which is why we say don't go home, because you run into people like this who then, if you don't do dumb shit with them, then they say, oh, you're too good for us now. And
well, you've changed.
Yep. Now you think you're hot shit. So, oh my goodness. So the kidnapping comes after all these other charges. So this person continued. It's obvious he couldn't continue at Villarreal. At Huesca, they will try to see if he can finally rehabilitate himself and show how good a player he is. He was an amazing player before, so it's a second chance for him to show how good he can be. Second chance to make a first impression. So he's still owned by Villarreal. But he's being loaned out, I guess, around. He signs with Rio Ave, like Rio Avenue, until June here. He has 2 goals. Look at that for Rio Ave. Looks like 14 appearances and 2 goals. Not bad. 1,404,000, whatever the fucks he makes that year. So that sounds good. Jesus, he's only 24.
Sounds like great cash, yeah.
2019 to 2020, he joined Olympiacos.
Yeah.
For 4.5 million euros, signing a 4-year contract.
Yeah.
Wow. Villarreal retained a 20% retail rate on the player, and he was to earn around 700,000 euros per year, being the club's second most expensive defender here. So, yeah, he scored his first goal for the team on July 30th with a close-range effort following a corner from Georgios Massarais. There's like 18 guys here, and they're fucking crazy names. I'm not pronouncing those. Nobody knows who they are. It doesn't matter. Okay. You don't know who Victoria Plzen is.
Nope.
Plzen, and the N has like a fucking V thing on top of it. That's the accent. I don't know what the fuck that is. No clue. So that's what he's doing. He has 5 goals, though, for 2019-20. 45 appearances and 5 goals. Not too shabby that's in everything combined. 4 of the goals were for in European League, I guess, here. So October 3rd, 2019, he's awaiting trial for attempted murder. And while he's waiting trial for attempted murder, he gets a call up to the Portuguese national team.
Great.
That's nice. That's terrific.
Yeah.
Who represents our country the best? How about this fucking accused kidnapping attempted murderer? How about him?
He's got time.
Wow. The coach, Fernando Santos of the Portugal squad, said that is this proof that nothing is impossible? It may be. Yes. Your stupidity is not fucking...
Yeah, your stupidity knows no boundaries.
None.
You're right. Yeah.
He said, quote, "It's not because of a setback that people don't have a right to live their lives and continue their paths. Ruben clearly proved he was able to react, to be there." I don't know what the fuck that means here.
Did he prove that?
I don't know. He spent 141 days in custody, though. That seems like a lot before being released in July. Wow, what a fucking mess. Villarreal got permission from the court to send him on loan to Portuguese outfit Rio Avenue. They had to do that here. And they said, this is the coach talking about Semedo. "We have followed him for some time. He's having a very good season at Olympiacos. He came close to being selected last time out, but he could not come because of injury." Okay, July 17th, 2020.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. This is fucking fun. He apparently here, his team that he was playing with, Olympiacos, was the champion of the Greek Super League.
Right.
That year, so that's right before this happened. So instead, he faces 15 and a half years in prison for this. He's in court.
Yeah.
They impose 5 years on him. You, sir, may fuck off 5 years, but it's suspended on the condition of his immediate expulsion from the country of Spain.
Get out, and we'll let you be.
He is not allowed to come in for 8 years. He's banned from Spain for 8 years.
What if my team plays yours?
Banned.
Better make it an away game? I don't know. Wow.
Wow. That is fucking interesting, I have to say. I didn't know you could just ban someone from the country.
It's awesome.
That is fucking great. So he to do this, he had to confess to having kidnapped and handcuffed this man, pointed a gun at him, and threatened to cut his finger off. By the way, you know what the debt was that this guy owed him?
$500.
5,000 euros.
5,000 euros.
5,000 euros. So he stole 24,000 euros and a bunch of shit from this guy, tied him up, beat him with a bat, threatened to cut his finger off.
Owed him over $5,000.
For $5,000. At the same time, this guy had 24,000 euros at his house. Why didn't he pay him back the $5,000? I'm starting to not like the guy who is,
in charge and overseeing.
This is crazy here. Wow. I guess this was contracted by a third party that he presented him as an intermediary in the sale of a vehicle. This was all over the sale of a car. This wasn't even like a drug debt or like a...
Yeah.
This is fucking crazy. According to the facts here, Semedo and the other two defendants actively participated in the attacks when he tricked his victim into going into his home, making him believe he was invited to his girlfriend's birthday party. Come on in, it's my girlfriend's birthday party. However,
because he didn't pay him for the car yet?
He didn't pay. I guess it was $5,000. This guy wasn't even the guy who bought the car. He was an intermediary in this affair. They get to the garage of the house, and all three of the men were waiting for him armed with a golf club, and the other two had baseball bats.
Yeah.
So the defendants demanded that that they give him the whereabouts of the person who had allegedly swindled the 5,000 euros with the purchase of a car. And this was all to get information out of him. Where is he? So they tied his hands and foot with a rope, and once lying face down, Semedo pulled out a 9mm pistol and pointed it at him. The man offered to pay the money himself. He said, "I'll pay the 5,000. Who fucking cares?" And the football told this guy, quote, "It's a matter of pride."
It's not your money. It's his money, and he's going to pay it.
It's not the money I want. I want the money from him.
I need him to know that he paid me.
Jesus Christ. You're not John Gotti. Calm down.
Who gives a shit?
Who cares? Get your $5,000 and fucking move on.
Yeah.
So, and he said also, nobody laughs at me. This guy's laughing at me.
Okay, yeah.
He also took a knife and threatened to cut off his index finger. This wasn't like just a threat in the air. He actually had a knife out. They then took the keys to his home. They stole a collection of luxury watches. Oh. Wow. That is fucking amazing. So This is a plea agreement here, and the footballer must not serve a single day behind bars of the 5 years for this, but he still pled guilty to everything. Holy shit, that is ridiculous. This next year, 2020, is going to make $1,352,000 whatever bucks.
And he's bitching about $5,000.
$5,000, not even bitching. The guy offers to pay it, and he goes, "No, it's the principle of the matter.
I need him to pay it." Yeah,
it's a matter of pride.
You understand? Jesus. I have money. I don't need this $5,000. I need him to know that he paid me, regardless.
Yeah. So he plays for the Portuguese national team, which is winning a cap at that point. They call that.
Sure.
On October 7th, 2020. Playing the entire game of a 0-0 friendly draw with Spain.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That is 0-0. It's a long, boring fucking game.
Nice afternoon.
2020, 2021, Olympiacos here. Looks like he's in 44 games with 1 goal.
Yeah.
It's Super League Greece, that is. And they won the Super League Greece and Cup double in his first season there. And so he's doing well there. Now, August 19th, 2021, he's denied a work permit.
Oh, for what?
Apparently, he wants to go to Wolverhampton. I think that's in England, I guess we're doing here. Yes.
I guess, yeah.
It's because, according to this, the criminal record of his criminal record makes it impossible to assign a work visa for him by the British government. They don't let in people who have all sorts of criminal records. So the Wolves' interest exists, but the legal procedures inherent in moving the plant to England prevent the completion of the deal. It should be noted that the 27-year-old has already been appointed on several occasions to leave Olympiacos, a club which would... So they keep trying to trade him.
Yeah.
And they can't... Nobody
wants him.
Well, a team wants him, but then the government won't let him in. So what do you fucking do here?
Yeah.
So August 30th, 2021, he finds something to do. It's get arrested again.
God damn it.
So you'd think he'd go, okay, I look like an asshole. I'm not even allowed to go work places. I got to calm my shit down. Instead, he's arrested over, and this is fucking wild, the alleged sexual assault of a minor. Let's step our game up.
God. Why did he do that?
Why does anybody do that? I don't know. You're asking the wrong cat. I don't even like being around children for any reason. Never mind fucking sexual
like
ones.
Birthday parties, yeah.
Yeah, that's too much.
Fuck.
Fuck, get away from me. Get these kids away from me.
How'd he do it? What'd he do?
Well, he was arrested following a complaint made by a 17-year-old girl who told authorities that the assault had taken place at his home near Athens. Why the fuck are there 17-year-olds at your house when you're 27? Wow. They said also a second man was wanted for questioning in relation to the attack. His lawyer, Stavros Georgopoulos, which is the most Greek name ever, Stavros Georgopoulos said that the footballer denies... Georgopoulos. I'm just trying to sound it out. Then I'm like, nope, that's Opolis in Greek.
Georgopoulos.
Oh,
I saw it spelled with an I.
Oh, I'll get you back in about fucking 20 minutes when you're reading the goddamn shout-outs. I'm going to laugh when you can't pronounce it. Georgopoulos. Ha, ha, ha.
Because I saw it spelled entirely different.
Pamela over here is fucking upset because I can't fucking pronounce Georgopolis on the first try.
It's just awesome.
Fucking then I'm like, it's Greek, so it's Opolis. I'm trying to put a lot of things together here at once.
I would have never gotten to call it something Greek. The fact that you said it's Greek and then I saw how it was spelled.
Yeah.
And then I heard you say
Georgopoulos. I'm like, oh, yeah, because then I put Stavros together. I'm like, oh, yeah.
That's fantastic. I love it. It's so good.
He said, I don't get it. I don't know. Try to pronounce the name. Try my best here. He said, my client, Mr. Semedo, strongly denies the charges. We have solid evidence to demonstrate that it did not happen, and that is what we will be presenting. That's Mr. Georgopoulos says that.
Georgopoulos, you got a tough road to hoe, son. I don't know how you're going to prove that didn't happen.
And also, please pronounce my name correctly was the other thing he said. I fucked up on that one bad.
We will call him Georgopoulos forever now.
Forever. So August 31st, 2021, he says he's innocent.
Really?
He says, I am innocent. You will see it. If I was not a football player, all of this would not have happened. Everything is done for the money.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
It's all done for the money. Now, he has a 40-year-old alleged accomplice, who's also charged in taking part in a gang rape with a 17-year-old.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow. The charge he's facing carries a life imprisonment penalty, because it's gang rape as defined by the penal code, which is considered a heinous act with a greater criminal value than a regular rape.
Because you never know when that's going to be ending.
No. So out of the court, as he leaves, he says, I am innocent. He tells everybody. Really? He was released on bail for 10,000 euros and said he was innocent. So, yeah, that's the defense here. They're trying here. So he is released on bail, like we said. I don't know, is a 40-year-old Nigerian man he was also hanging out with. The player paid the bail of 10,000 euros, while the Nigerian man accused paid 5,000 euros and will have to appear once a month at the police station in his area. He's turned into this. He's toxic as far as any kind of. You can't hire this guy at this point.
No,
he's pure toxic. I mean,
yeah, but you also.
This is a lot of escalation. This goes from the nightclub incident where he hit a guy with a bottle. Who knows? We're all drunk at 3 in the morning.
Rapid, Jim.
This is within a 3-year period.
Yeah.
It went from that to kidnappings over 5,000 euros and gang rapes of a teenager now. So, I mean, Jesus Christ, this is fucking terrible. I mean,
the worst.
You'd want the guy to fucking not do this. He came from shit. He worked his way up. You'd want it to happen. But, I mean, at this point, it's hard to have any sympathy for the man.
Right.
I mean, I don't feel sorry for him, but I do feel sorry for Ruben Semedo, head of design at ODD Bureau in Portugal, again, and also Ruben Semedo, Alunho na Porto Business School in Portugal.
Right.
And also Ruben Semedo, content reviewer, na Majorel, Portugal. So all these are all Portuguese guys, too.
No kidding. It's a popular name there.
Apparently so. So here he is, Olympiacos here for 21-22, because he's still playing with these guys, which is fucking incredible. He's on gang rape
amazing.
charges.
Yeah.
He apparently has some goals here. Only 5 appearances, 1 goal that year for Olympiacos, 2021-2022. December 1st, 2021, he scores on a return to action following a lengthy absence, it says here. This is a soccer story while he's on trial for gang rape.
Yep.
Said he hasn't played since August 10th, having been charged with sexual assault, obviously. But they said that his career has been disrupted by legal issues. He spent 5 days in police custody on the accusations of rape committed against a minor. The defender posted bail while protesting his innocence, and with the Greek press indicating that the claims of blackmail would be part of his defense. So he is believed to be the target for FC Porto on the request of Sergio Consecao, they say. The Dragons' Consecao Ebola says the Dragons' boss has taken has been keen to add Semedo to his ranks for the last 2 summers. I've had my eye on this criminal for years now. Wow. Once valued at 15 million euros, his price dropped to 10 million last summer, and recent issues with the law could see him available for as little as 5 million euros. He's a bargain.
Wow.
I mean, you might lose it all when he goes to prison for rape, but
True.
you know.
Yeah, but it's a fire sale.
It is a fucking fire
You
sale.
gotta take your chances with this.
Holy shit. So that's fucking interesting. Now, January 4th, 2022, he's out on bail. Not for long. He's arrested again. Again.
For what?
Again. For beating his girlfriend now.
Oh, my God.
What is wrong with this fucking guy?
Everything.
Apparently, they lived together in the Portuguese soccer player's house in southern Athens, suburb of Glafida, and they had a fight during which he hit her and broke her collarbone.
Oh.
He then locked her out of the house after that, too. So she called the cops.
And she can't lift an arm now.
So that's January 4th. January 15th.
Hell yeah.
He's coming out of his house here. It's about 11:45 at night. He gets he arrived home from a nightclub, so he's going into his house. I'm sorry. He's with a friend. Out of nowhere, attackers come up and start beating his arms and legs with a baton.
Uh-oh.
Hooded attackers jump him outside of his apartment. Gee, I wonder why. Is it the rape victim's family? The girlfriend's family who he just
There's
fucking
so many
beat?
people it could be, yeah.
A team who lost millions of fucking euros over. Like, anybody could want to beat this. I want to beat the shit out of this guy. It could be anybody. Could be us that did that. So they beat his arms and legs with a baton, and then they fled immediately.
Sure.
An ambulance was called for first aid, and so they filed a complaint at the police station, and they said that Olympiacos has already condemned unequivocally last night's attack. They said, we are sure that the authorities will do their utmost to punish those who are hiding behind this cowardly action, unlike gang raping a 17-year-old.
Right.
Wow. So a ambulance took him to the hospital. Apparently he was hit on the shoulder, the back, and his friend was hit in the mouth. That's not good.
Ooh, yeah. With a baton?
With a baton. Shit. January 31st here, 2022, he's moved to Porto on a 5-month loan worth 350,000 euros with the deal including an unspecified buying option. Okay. So he starts playing with the reserve team in order to get his fitness back after he's, beaten with clubs and shit like that.
Right.
So 2022, 2023, he joined Al Duhail of the Qatar Stars League.
Right.
In Qatar there on August 1st, 2022, on a 3-year contract with an annual salary of 5 million euros.
Does the team get that, or does he get it?
That's his salary. That's not the buy.
Damn.
When they purchase, that goes right to the other team, but this is his actual salary is that much.
Oh, my. Qatar's paying that.
Wow. I mean, that's a very rich country in terms of oil money and shit. They have a lot of money. That's like,
and they're sponsored by like Fly Emirates or something.
It's like the UAE. It's the same thing. Like Dubai, they have tons of money to
Yeah.
give people for no reason. So managed, I guess he won a treble of the League Cup and League Cup in his first season in Doha.
Right.
So there you go. He does well. I don't understand it, but he's he's in there. I guess they won the Qatar Cup. So good for him. He then signs here in January 24th, 2024. He signs as a free agent for Al Markia, also in the Qatari top division. So he is certainly doing that, moving around everything. But all of his legal troubles just seem to be like percolating. Because he's moving from like country to country and all this shit. And that's all we know about him. That's it.
Really?
That's it. Like we don't know the outcome of this trial because it's though it's 3 years ago this all happened. We don't know the outcome of it. It's some crazy European thing. But this guy, I mean, he's fucked, man. I mean, he's got so many charges. He's not going to stop.
No.
What happens when he's done with soccer and he has no motivation to not do any crazy shit?
Yeah. He's going to kill somebody.
Now he has all the motivation in the world to not do crazy shit, and he's still doing crazy shit.
Right.
So I don't get it at all here. Well, either way, can't get enough of Ruben. Well, it says
he's still out there. Yeah.
It says that he's still making a lot of money. Still has a lot of money. They think he's got millions of euros in the bank here. You can get a 2017 Panini Revolution Disco Parallel FIFA soccer card here of him. There he is playing. It's $39.99.
Still playing too.
Seems a little steep. Then a 2020 Panini Immaculate Ruben Semedo Gold card here. Okay. That's $14.99. And then a 2019-2020 UEFA Champions League sticker. You can get that. That's $1.50. So you can get a rapist sticker or an alleged rapist sticker.
Alleged rapist, alleged attempted murderer.
Alleged attempted murderer. So that's him. Yeah. That's Ruben Semedo. And it's not over.
No.
That feels very much
this is going to go so bad.
This feels very much like a part one.
How many is the question. It's not if, it's how many. How many bodies will there be in his wake? He's going to kill somebody.
He's one of these guys. Yeah, when he is done with sports, he's going to turn into a fucking monster. I feel like he's going to be one of these guys who thinks he's like a crime boss or some shit because he's got like a few bucks in the bank, and he's going to have people selling drugs for him. He's going to have that kind of shit, and he's going to have to beat them and kill them when they don't pay him properly.
And he's going to rape and murder. It's coming.
That's the other thing. If you are, he's alleged to have taken part in a gang rape. That's
gang rape. Ew.
That's pretty gross shit.
In his 20s. Like, I mean, there's no time at all to do that, really.
No.
There's not like it's not like a coming of age that's acceptable.
I remember back in my
gang
youth
raping days.
when gang raping was a thing that we used to do, and everybody would laugh and go, "Oh, that's good. Glad you got her good." No, that's never okay to gang rape.
No, not a thing.
Mm-mm. But yeah, 27's too old to gang rape, too old to run a train if it's voluntary, too old for any of that shit.
No good.
You should not want to see your friend's dick by the time you're 27.
No,
especially
you probably
in
shouldn't
action.
be. Yeah, you shouldn't be participating in two dicks, one hole in post any age.
Really any age. I was going to say, I don't see an age when that's
school,
more acceptable.
Curiosity, I don't know.
I guess in high school,
yeah, sometimes you pull it out because a girl's willing to touch both of you. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine. In high school, you're just wanting anyone to touch it in any way, shape, or form.
Any interaction at all.
That would be fine. But past the age of, say, 17.
Yeah, that's weird.
One dick per transaction, please.
Ooh, wait. Yeah.
Not cool.
One dick per consensual transaction.
That's the other thing. Consensual is a very important word there. So there you go. Wow. That, everybody, is Ruben Semedo, and a shorter one than normal. I get that.
Yeah.
But
but he's too young.
It's too young. He's just, it's all packed in there, man.
It's coming getting
worse. It's all packed in there. So we will go back. Next week will be an American player that will have tons of info on, I'm sure, or whatever. Yeah. But this, I mean, also he's Portuguese. So all this info had to be translated from Portuguese, and like the court documents there are very unavailable. It's a real fucking pain in the ass to find Portuguese information. I got to be honest.
I don't even know where the place is at.
He was looking in South America for them.
Yeah.
You cocksuckers, where are you hiding? Come on. So there's that, and it's just hard because then he's also in Spain, he's in Greece, he's in this place, he's in that place. It's a fucking mess. So either way, there you go. If you like the show, tell the world about it. Get on whatever app you're listening on. Give us 5 stars. It really helps. If you don't like the show, shut the fuck up and mind your business about it. That'd be great. Go away and drown in a puddle of bile. Anyway, you certainly want to head over to shutupandgivememurder.com.
Yeah.
To get all of your merchandise, all of your tickets also for Small Town Murder live shows.
Sure.
All over, except they're coming to, almost done with them this year. Austin, Texas, you're up next. Get your tickets, and especially get your tickets for the virtual live show. Took place on October 30th, but it's available for 2 weeks after that. It's a wild story. Fucking hilarious shit also. And our costumes are goddamn ridiculous. So check it out.
Yeah.
Hang out with us. You can definitely buy. You can watch it as many times as you want. So get in there. Shutupandgivememurder.com. As well as you definitely want to follow on social media at Crime and Sports. You want to also definitely get Patreon. Yeah. Patreon.com/crimeinsports is where you get all of the bonus shit. Stuff.
Yeah, it's all there.
I got lost between shit and stuff, and it was like bonus stuff.
Yeah.
Bonus stuff.
Yeah.
That's Cher selling you bonus stuff. Get your bonus stuff over here. So, yes, bonus shit for sure. Get that. Anybody $5 a month or above. You get it all, and we have so much shit. Hundreds of episodes of back stuff. You're going to get new ones every other week. This week, what you're going to get for Crime and Sports, we're going to talk about pedestrianism, and you're going to go, what the fuck is that?
Well,
fair question. It was like the most popular sport in the world in the 1800s somehow. Blew soccer and baseball out of the water. Guys used it in performance-enhancing drugs. There's arrests involved. The whole thing is fucking insane. You don't even know what it is, and we'll talk about it. For Small Town Murder, we're going to talk about, in general, exorcism and the practice of exorcism. And also I would like specifically to talk about The Devil on Trial, which is a documentary that's out right now that talks about the first time anyone tried to use demonic possession as a defense in court. Well, it's not my fault. I was possessed by a demon. We'll see how well that goes. As you might imagine, not too well. We'll talk all about that.
No.
Patreon.com/crimeinsports. And you get a shout out at the end of the show.
For sure.
Which is actually right fucking now. Jimmie.
Sure is.
Hit me with the names of the most wonderful, fantastic goddamn people who just keep coming and helping us out, and also who hear some of the fucking best content going with Patreon shit. Jimmie, hit me with them right goddamn now.
This week's executive producer are Gary Howard, Angie Williams, Simone Stratton, Janice Hill, Faith Stevison, maybe? Probably Steveson? No, it's Stevison, right?
I don't know.
Philip Bayer.
I don't know, Papa Georgopoulos. I'm not sure.
Georgopoulos.
Don't ask me.
And also Immortal Masks for helping out tremendously.
Oh, that's great.
Getting me a mask at for the virtual live show on short notice. You guys are the fucking best. Thank you. It was great. It worked out terrifically. Other producers this week are Liz Vasquez, Peyton Meadows, Allie B. Knits. She knits, James. That's
Allie
what she
B.
does.
Knitting, motherfucker.
That's right. And also Tiffany Gonzalez. You guys are so good to us. Thank you so much. Harrison Evans, Mark Ty, Lauren Go Downs. Oh, Lauren.
Lauren Go Downs.
Ryan Guns.
Popular.
Goons, maybe.
Popular
It's probably
lady.
Guns. She's a great gal. Yeah, everybody loves her.
Very popular.
Big fan. Cola with no last name. 0 stars. Clay Goen. Shannon Marie McGovern. Emily with no last name. Ashley Birch. Melissa Personius. Jacqueline Nerkowitz. Dalton Sutton, Mimi Moe, Maria Schoen, Allison with no last name, Luke Arthur Ahern, that's Steph Monroe, Noah Huffman, Courtney Penn, Kelsey Murphy, Kelly Bauer, Barb Irwin, Madison Miller, Kyle Crocker, Layla Peterson, Nick Myers, Sean Steiber, Cheryl Odorizzi, Aaron with no last name, Sarah Bennett, Jacob Dockery, Brett Gregory, Tobin Edmonds, M. Willard. Yep. M, just the letter M. That's their first name. Willard. Yep. JP Edwards, Roxana Rodriguez, Abigail Cook, Erica with no last name, Dad with no last name. That may be a typo. Tracy Farian, Jody Collette, M with no last name. Cover Block, Stephanie Spivey. Keeley, I think. Kiele. Is that Keeley or Kylie?
Kylie, I think.
Maybe Keeley. I don't know. Vicky Waters. I keep, as many times as I say it over and over and over again, it's still going to be wrong. Reith, 666. Some Rad Dame. S. Lee R. Lolo with no last name. Sheena Bridges. Cole with no last name. Shakira Hendricks. Joel with no last name. Lauren Hunt might be my, I don't know. I think I know her. Gina with no last name. Shannon with no last name. Amy Bullock. Crystal with no last name. Heidi Farrell. Brenda Morrison. Linda P. Tiffany Sloan. Nunya Business. James Zach with no last name.
Old
James
Nunya.
Murdoch. Selena Marjikin. Selena, thank you. Sapphire McIntosh. Nancy Rusk. Brandy DeVere. Eric Colvard. Shonda with no last name. Tom Christos. Richard Booth. YLP. Christian Hill, Jennifer Tveitan, Riffman, Destiny Morris, free, just a whole bunch of E's. Bobby Pressamore, Kate Bashford, Money Mad Wright, Shelby Russo, Katie with no last name, Tabitha Dabrowski, Chris Wilmies, Nathan Garland, Jeff Peed, Jimmy D, Will Langdon, Brittany Boreski, Kimberly Morrison, Andrew R, Brooke Burge, I think, Jennifer Starr, Andrea Oracle, Mary Gibbs, Crystal Terry, Carrie Jo Moto, Sylvia C, Janelle Stevens. Fascinating way of spelling Janelle. Sophia Jonel.
Wow.
That's Janelle, right?
Or Jonel.
It's got to be Janelle.
Jonel.
Jonel?
I don't know. I've never heard of that as a name, but I don't fucking know.
That's a terrible name.
Thank you for your money, Jonel, but you please have people call you Janelle, because that Jonel is fucking us all up.
It doesn't matter what the gender is.
It doesn't
Janelle
matter.
is what you got to go by.
You're going by
Kelsey,
Janelle, Holmes. I'm sorry. It's happening.
Kelsey Weston, Bree with no last name, Presley with no last name, Victoria Manny, Deanna Snyder, Mike Dustman, Stephanie, holy what, Lajunesi?
Yeah.
Lajunesi? Lajunnesse. What is that?
Wow.
Lajunesi, right?
I don't know. Maybe it's Portuguese, because we don't.
Lawinesse.
We can't figure it out.
Oh, it's probably sexy. Julie Gear, Gary Prokop, Anna Ramirez, Tom with no last name, Veronica Johnson, the letter N, Jess Jenkins, Andrew Hesh, Isabel Youngworth, Joanne Carlin, Jenny Nicholas, Catherine Harburg, Abby Bassoni, Stephanie Wells, Webby with no last name. I want if that's not the rapper. Oh fuck. Tony Arrington, Jennifer Thompson, Sarah Tremazzo, Tracy McDonald, Elizabeth McManus, B.R. Kelly, Nancy with no last name, Katie Holly or Hale, Stephen Cooley, Hannah Jurgens, Tammy Stetson, Kenji Johnson, Kathy Garcia, Barbara Johnson, Cammie and Alan, Sam Struthers, Adrian Jensen, both of them.
Cammie and Alan? I've heard of getting Cammie on your side, and I've heard when you get Alan on your side, but not both of them.
Great people.
Jesus.
Dom McCoy, Andrea Johnson, Kim Sansoni, Alicia Cromer, Glenda.
Hey.
Glenda. There's an L.
There
Jackie Ayers, Sherry with no last name, Sierra Smith. All right. Thomas Goer, Americanized Canadian. All right. Good for you. Jodster or Jodster. Elizabeth Edwards, Donna Schenkel, Fanny McPhee, Madison Orr, Susan Grockner, Claire N., Gary Prokop. I said that. Danielle Trailer, Craig. Did he get two? He must have.
Hey, either way.
Craig McAvanna. You're an angel.
We
Gary.
love
Thank
you,
you
Gary.
so much. You're the best.
Gary
Suzanne
Prolapse, we
Grockner.
like you.
I think I said that. Yeah. Craig McCavanna, Mackenzie Bell, Catherine Matamoros, TJ Anderson, Jessica Wagner, or maybe just Wagner, Kelsey Gibbs Fura.
Maybe she's a composer. We don't know. Maybe she's Hitler's favorite composer. We're not sure.
She's a contractor for fucking the Kremlin. Daniel Childs, Chrissy Chukra, CZUCHRA. What?
I see a CZ and I'm immediately gone.
Shazura. I don't know what to do. Martha with no last name. Jason Mullen, Sarah Moffat, Jules with no last name. Sue-Ann Cronenbold, Travis with no last name, Nauf T, Anna Ross, Emily Palmer, Allison Hertzler, Chelsea Gonzalez, Stephen Grant. That's just Steve Grant. I don't know why I got so formal with it. I probably Steve.
Mr. Stephen Grant.
Sierra Cruz, Megan with no last name, Ryan with no last name, Michelle Casaglio, Savannah Harris, Heather Murray, Heather Irvine also. Jesus, two Heathers back to back. Brian Alexander, Hannah with no last name, B. Waller, B. Waller, Amber Green from Israel. Thank you, Amber.
Boy.
Erica Disc. Erica, you're the best. Samuel Harshbarger, Faux Show, Jackson Whitney, Stephanie, Shiakatano, Princess D, Sydney Yeager, Tara R, Angelique Toonley Robinson, Jada Powell Thompson, Elizabeth Jones,
That's
Andrew,
Jada
no
Powell
last name.
Smith to you, Jimmy. Sorry.
I like to keep her name out of my mouth.
Yeah. That's the point.
Faith Nowlin, Stacy Salois, Gerardo with no last name, Brenna Miller, and
Rico
all of our
Suave
patrons.
himself. Hold on.
Gerardo.
You skipped over very quickly that Rico Suave is giving us money. Thank you, Rico.
Gerardo.
Sorry.
Great.
Wrap up.
Sweetheart. But you guys are the best, and we can't do this without you. The list grows every week, and you exhaust me, and I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, everybody, for what you do for us.
It's amazing.
It's mind blowing, and just thank you, because I'm telling you make this whole thing a whole lot easier when we have that. No one can ever tell us what to do. This is the thing. Anyone who ever tries to tell us what to do or how to make our show, we can go, hey, go fuck yourselves.
I don't want to do that.
Because we don't need that shit, because we have everybody here that you can, directly listen. Thank you for what you do.
We make it on our own. Yeah.
You make it so the show can be the show that we want to put out for you, because you have our back. So thank you for doing that, and hopefully we're giving you back the show you want to fucking hear. So thank you for everything that you do for us. Keep coming back each and every week. If you want to follow us on social media, real easy to find that shit. There is drop-down menus on shutupandgivememurder.com. You can find us. Get in there and come out. Watch out for rapey soccer players and the rest of the like here, and Greek guys with hard names to pronounce. And live from the Crime and Sports Studios, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
If If you like crime and sports, you can listen early and ad-free now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts. Prime members can listen early and ad-free on Amazon Music. Before you go, tell us about yourself by filling out a short survey at Wondery.com/survey.